Hi everybody, it's Angela again, and it's only one day since the last time I made a video. So, sorry, I took something in my mouth. So 2 videos in one day, awesome. The reason why I'm doing this video is that I just met with my friend Ruth, who had gastric bypass. Found out today, not 5 or 6 years. She only had it 3 years ago, but still, it was a really, really interesting conversation with her. Now, I met her from, she was teaching a water aerobics class, and I took the class while I was pregnant because I couldn't do the elliptical or my workout videos. I have a workout area in my basement, but I couldn't do those things because of the amount of relaxant in my system. My hips couldn't handle it, and so I did water aerobics for about 3 months at the end stages of my pregnancy. So that's how I met her, but we really hadn't seen each other since that time, and since my son is 20 months old, it's been 2 years. But we have been kind of conversing through Facebook. So because I actually sought her out after I decided that I was going to go down the route of bariatric surgery because I knew she had it. So we've been having this conversation via Facebook, and today was the first time that we've actually met in person since my pregnancy. It was really, really valuable time. She was very upfront about some of the things that she went through. She's very encouraging because she did have a very successful surgery. She had a really good surgeon, and I'll be going through the same association of surgeons. So that was good. She gave me some really good tips on who's a really good surgeon, who doesn't have really good bedside manner, and that type of thing. So that was great. She talked a lot about the psychological aspect of weight loss surgery and gastric bypass in particular for her. We have really similar backgrounds regarding our struggles with weight loss. Her family history is full of disordered eating. Her mother has bulimia. Both she and her sister have struggled with anorexia and bulimia. She struggled with all three. She struggled with anorexia, bulimia, and overeating. And so, she has gone from, I think she said her highest weight was like 340, down to normal weight several times. So in that respect, we are very much alike. And as far as just control issues when it regards to eating and exercising and that type of thing. So it was very, very good for me to have the time with her to talk through some issues. And she talked a lot about, and I wanted to talk about this in particular, she talked a lot about how she looks at herself now versus how she looked at herself then, and her perspective on me. She had a very disordered perspective on her size. She always felt like she looked smaller than she is. And when she was small, she always felt like she was bigger than she is. So I really don't have that issue. And she actually felt that that was a really good thing because I am acutely aware of how big I am. Acutely. To the point that I'm extremely sensitive about it. And I hate it. I look at myself on YouTube and I cringe, but I need to do this because I know come a year from now how valuable having this documentation on video is going to be for me. And in the long run, not just a year from now, but granted 5 years from now, just looking back and knowing this journey that I've gone through and that I'm going through now. So I understand really how big I am. Now, when I get smaller, maybe I'll have a different perspective on it. I know a lot of people have talked about that, and sometime in the future I might look at this video and say, girl, you had no idea. But being that as it may, she talked a lot about her transition from big person to small person. She got down to 130 pounds, which for her body structure and her just her height and everything, that's just too small. And actually, she was told by her surgeon at her 1 year and something follow-up that she had lost too much weight. And she talked about that because of how much control she felt like she had over herself now. I mean, she'd gone from one extreme to another. And so we talked about that because I actually see that in me, how I could do that. Having had a history of bulimia and anorexia, I can restrict my food intake without a problem. Now, that may sound ridiculous to somebody who's never had a weight problem and never had anorexia or bulimia and seeing me at my size. But the reality is, I do eat less than most people I know. And I can restrict my eating to nothing for days at a time without a blink. I've done it recently. And so I understand where she's going with this. She was very frank about the fact that I need to be very careful once I'm on this journey that I don't take it to that extreme, because there are some people who do, and she did. But what was really good is that she said that she wants to be kind of like my sponsor, kind of the whole Alcoholics Anonymous route thing. She would really like to walk with me on this journey because it would help her. She's regained some weight, and I'm not going to say a lot because she went through pregnancy. She's about 180 pounds now, and she wants to get down between 140 and 150. And she has a better perspective now after 3 years about her weight, about some of the vanity things that she had going on in her head after she started losing weight. And she feels like she's in a much better place now. And she talked a lot about some of my fears regarding having gastric bypass. Now, she doesn't know a lot about vertical sleeve gastrectomy, but she felt like I was a really good candidate for gastric bypass just because of what the research I've done about it and some of the hormonal issues I have, but also because I'm willing to put in the work. And I'm not the type of person that's going to, get the surgery done and then blow out the pouch and screw up my system by eating too much. On the other hand, I could go it's more likely that I would go the other route where I would do like she did and restrict too much. So she didn't, and she talked about dumping. She'd experienced 2 episodes of dumping, and it was mostly by mistake. She had had a coffee drink and wasn't really paying attention to how much sugar was in it and had a dumping episode from that. And then, I'm sorry, there we go. My video kind of weirded out. Anyway, so it was really good hearing from her, and I'm sorry I'm kind of rambling, but I can't tell you how good it is to find somebody that has gone through this whole journey before, and she's willing to walk with me through it. And she's being extremely supportive. And whether or not I decide to have gastric bypass or vertical sleeve, she said that she would just be there and walk with me through the entire journey. Surgery, post-surgery. She said, text me in the middle of the night if you have something going on. You just have a question. So it's really, really good to have that kind of resource available. And so I've just really count that I've made a really, really good friend. I mean, I knew her before and I counted her as, a friend via Facebook, but I'm really looking forward to her support. So eventually I'm sure she's going to watch some of these. And so I just have to say, Ruthie, thank you so much. How invaluable that is. So I just wanted to give an update and ramble on, I guess, about meeting with her. I might have another video coming up as I kind of process everything that we talked about. I feel so much more comfortable now about where I'm at. She even said that she felt like I was like the ideal candidate for weight loss surgery. So that was very encouraging to hear. And having someone who has gone through that process, she knows what to look for and kind of like the signals of what you should or shouldn't be thinking at this point in time. So I'm very, very happy about meeting with her. So that's the scoop for now. I'm gonna stop this because my son's napping, and I do want to process more of what we talked about. So I will try to update later, and hope everybody's having a great day. Talk to y'all later. Bye.